on podcasts or whatever has been Hedron.
Yeah.
And about, HSIs and NFTs and stuff like that. So do you think he's kind of been like, okay, you guys seem to be doing good. Could you still see, something, the OA making some bad move in the future for Hedron? Or are you thinking now it's like, okay, this is actually good for Hex, I'm going to hang out on it?
The protocol is good for Hex. The token is not. We're the only people that know about the token are our community. So is it going to do good? Yeah, it's probably going to do fine now that it's down 99%. Everything's going to do fine. If it's going to be tied in liquidity to Hex and to PulseChain, it's probably going to do fine. I haven't looked at it in a while, but it's probably up if I had to guess from the lows. But
why is it bad for Hex? Not a lot of people understand
it
that.
Splits up our buying
power. Or would
power.
Agree with it either.
It splits up our buying power. I actually was not a fan of PulseX having a token. I'm not a fan of the wallet having a token. I would much prefer just Hex or just PulseChain having a token. You have to have a token for the network to transact. I understand that. But could we have just used like the PulseChain token as the native token for PulseX? Could we have done a buy and burn of PulseX where it just burns PulseChain tokens? I'd rather not split up buying power when all of us are here to get 10,000x returns. Well, you know what? It's going to be really hard for us to get 10,000x returns when we have like 8 things we're all trying to put in money into. When we're all allocating money over into this and this and this, it's going to be hard for like everybody. I don't talk about 10,000x because I don't think it's going to happen in PulseChain, but that's what everybody talks about. And then they start talking about other projects and how their project is good for Hex. And I don't care. Like, I understand projects need to come to PulseChain. I understand Hedron, the protocol, is good. But when we're splitting buying power up between a bunch of things, I don't think that's good. So
that's 2 different points I want to go to on that. So one, I see the splitting up buying power, but how would you even, how would you take the other side on that? And can you say, okay, wouldn't another token help grow the ecosystem, take more sacrifice of Hex and lock it up and, pump other things? What kind of case could you make against, what you just said? If you were going to,
the only people that bought the 13x run up in Hedron were Hex people. And that got dumped 95%. And somebody basically extracted $1 million from Hexicans and then put it into a dog token. They bought a dog token with it. How is that good for the Hex price? I don't care. Like, I don't care what people buy. But I'm just saying, if people want to talk about 10,000 X's all the time, we're going to get it by all rallying behind one product. And the PulseChain token is the product now that could do it. But when we're all splitting off and buying other coins, we're probably not going to see the 10,000, So it is what it is. People are going to always chase things and want to be early into things. It is what it is. But I just try to make a case that I think a lot of these things coming to PulseChain don't have to have a token. Like, could the Hedron protocol work without a token? They're using it in ways that it needs a token now, but I don't know about it good enough. But there is protocols that do not need a token. Uniswap worked just fine. Could we have got by without a PulseX token? If it is the only thing it does is keep us from getting vampire attacked, I don't know. I don't know that. I'd like to have somebody answer that for me. Because
no, I was just going to ask just on the 10. So you think the splitting up the different projects is risking the 10,000x for PulseChain? You think before PulseX and stuff sacrifice, it was like, okay, we have a chance, but now is there anything else that you think is just putting the 10,000x at risk, for example?
I mean, not
like
really.
The amount of SAC value, billions of dollars is starting. That we need like a huge drop off and go back up. Like how would we, today, because wallet sacrifice that's coming up too, probably mid next year sometime after PulseChain launches, let's say, or I have no idea. If after PulseChain launches, there'll be a wallet sacrifice, we suspect. How does that play into things? Does that, further, devalue things? Do you think?
Well, so like the benefit of the wallet sacrifice, it's going to take a crap ton of PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex off the market again, just like so yes, it's good in a way, but then it's still, I believe, going to spread our money out more. I like to make the case that yes, if you hold the token, you're going to earn fees off of all the transactions done inside the wallet. So you will earn fees by holding the token. I hate to say this, but I think I would rather see those fees go to somebody that loves our ecosystem instead of having another token just to earn fees. Some money goes into there, and then those fees get spread out and people probably cash them out to pay for their lifestyles. I'd rather see one guy maybe earn the fees and maybe buy back his own token with that. It'd be like a stock buyback. Stocks go up because of stock buybacks during all that Trump stuff. When they were doing really well, they were buying back their stocks. Well, if I'm a shareholder, my bags are getting pumped. I don't really care. So that's why I would like to see. And it's kind of, it's essentially, it's similar to like the PulseX buy and burn. If whoever was receiving those funds didn't need that money out of the wallet income, if he just bought back his own tokens like a stock buyback.
Wow.
I think that'd be a lot better per price than having another token, having it between 100,000 people and having another thing to buy.